Hey everyone, my name is Giggins, and we're here today for a review of the brand new Sleigh Bells album, Bunky Becky Birthday Boy. It's been a minute since we've had some new Sleigh Bells, and I think that time off for them was needed and beneficial. Their last record, Texas, was good and it kind of followed the darker themes of Jessica Rabbit, but in my little tiny internet opinion, it just didn't feel as cohesive as some of their earlier records. But this album, I feel like, brings back that cohesiveness, and they made one of the best albums of their discography. The title track, Bunky Pop, was written for Alexis's dog Riz, and I guess it was either written during this dog, unfortunately, beginning to pass away or had passed away at this point, but they wanted to capture the energy and the spirit and the spunk of a puppy and what that brings to a relationship, any situation you might be involved in with a dog. They sort of wrote this as an anthem for Riz, and it leaves you with a smile on your face. Like the anthemic energy behind this thing is so propulsive and so in your face, and the huge explosive drums, the big fat guitar sound, it sounds like classic Sleigh Bells but with a new twist. The hunger on this track, and many others, is palpable and just delicious on the ears. If you've been wanting new Sleigh Bells that kind of sounds like older Sleigh Bells but with a whole different drive, a whole different purpose behind it, this is one of those singles you need to check out. Want to Start a Band comes up next, and I really dig this one. It's, there's a line that goes, it's personal, not business, and it's almost like, if we're gonna make music together, it's like, this is something that I need to do for my heart. Like, whether or not it becomes a big project and I make money from it, like, this is something my soul needs. Life Was Real is a pretty honest song about figuring out who you were at different points of your life, and even though those points in your life may have been kind of a drag to go through at the time, they were honest, and it's about accepting those times and figuring out how they helped you get to where you are now, and understanding that no matter how hard they were, maybe you needed to go through those times. Alexis's voice on this one is really tender, and you hear the soul in her voice really well. I mean, obviously it's a Sleigh Bell song, so it's gonna rock along the way, but like, there's a heartfelt delivery to this one that sets it apart from the two previous tracks. Roxette Rick feels kind of like a character song, but it might be also slightly autobiographical. It's a song about following your rock and roll dreams, or in this sense, your pop metal dreams. I love the chirpy, sort of glass sounding production, like a Don't Stop Till You Get Enough kind of feel. The chorus is just pop rock goodness. It's so smooth on the ears, and the chugging that happens at the end of this song is it just rocks along so cool. This Summer is probably one of the more straightforward tracks on the album, or one of the more straightforward ones they've done in general, but I like how the song progresses. Even though it is sort of straightforward, it does have enough changes. It's a Sleigh Bell song after all. The really like aggressive bridge, the beautiful middle bit that allows itself to breathe before jumping back into that huge chorus. Is it about accepting change or fearing it, knowing it's going to happen anyway? How do you comprehend that? How do you get ready for it? And that line, oh my God, oh mercy me, that's like a vocal album highlight. I love that moment. The intro to Can I Scream sounds like the most terrifying ice cream truck I've ever heard, but I love the huge stop-start moments that, they're really good at those breakbeat kind of things. The classic hand claps, the great reverb on Alexis's voice in the chorus, and potentially, for me, this song is about deep soul searching. And like, sometimes you can't find those words to express yourself, so you might just have to like scream it. Badly comes up next, and this is like the party anthem for the summer. It's just like, this party is so cool, the music's rocking, we're having a great time. The positivity and optimism throughout this track is a nice break from the last one, which lyrically was kind of heavy, but I love the chirpy synthy sounds that happen throughout the verse, whether or not it's a synth or not. It might actually be a guitar, but it just rocks along so well in the pop rock vein. At this point in the album, the sequencing has just worked so well. You've been on a bit of a roller coaster up and down the whole way through, which, as any music fan knows, is a mark of a good album. Blasted Shadow for me, so maybe I'm reading again too deeply into this, but I feel like the lyrical content of this one is about having that sort of animalistic, wild energy, about caring for somebody and loving their flaws. Maybe you don't like what you see in yourself, but somebody loves that so much that it's almost like this weird hunger to prove to you why you're great. Real Special Cool Thing is a nice, simple, straight-up love song. That's all there is, and it's really cool to hear something like that in a Sleigh Bell song. I love those moments where they take it back a little bit. Again, it's gonna rock, but the more tender moments of this song shine really well, ending with the acoustic bit. I love that combination of like, it's rocking hard, there's a lot of heart and soul, and then ending on a little acoustic refrain. It's like, a little breather. We're almost at the end of the album here, and High Someday is a track that I feel like you have freedom to do what you want to do, but it's almost like that freedom can be constricting because maybe you're going down the rabbit hole of doing things that aren't great for yourself, and you understand that you have the power to change things, but it's like, how do you find that power in yourself? This song kind of chugs on, and it doesn't ramble, but it like gets to the point at the end where it like repeats phrases over and over again, and it's like it's searching. It's trying to find that resolve, and I feel like it kind of does in the last track with Pulse Drips Quiet. It just sounds like a fitting closing song, and I love the super powerful "I'll be true to death" moments in the chorus, because it's kind of like the earnest honesty that happens throughout this album is kind of captured in those moments. "I'll be true to death." It's a great line, but I feel like it offers some sort of resolve. You know, the album itself does take you on a journey of like having great times, reflecting on people or friends or animals that might not be here anymore, looking inside yourself and figuring out where you're going and what you've done. And I feel like no matter what, as long as you're true to yourself, you can get through anything. And I think screaming that in the chorus at the end is a great cherry on top. This LP really does sound like a new chapter for Sleigh Bells. I know they've had a lot of changes in their own lives personally in the last couple of years, and I think that positivity radiates on this record. This album finds them exploring sounds and textures that they've done throughout their catalog, but with a newfound tenacity to be like, you know what, like, yeah, we sort of helped popularize that noise hyperpop genre, and then maybe we kind of got lost in the shuffle with it, but guess what, we're back, and we're still the pioneers, we're still leading that pack. You guys gotta come catch up to us again. They sound free, they sound stoked about their art, and we, the listener, are all the better for it. For me, it's one of the best albums they've made in about a decade. I love this record a lot, so I'm feeling a strong 7 out of 10.
Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Sleigh Bells, forever.